All right. In this video, I'm going to share with you the actual dangers of being a public figure, of having fans, followers, people who want to meet you. And the reason why I'm making this video is because there are quite a number of you who are very immature, very uneducated, or ill-informed about what it is to be famous or what it is to be a public figure. I mean, you guys are a bunch of idiots, some of you, telling me, don't think you're such a big guy. How about just meeting the person? What goes if you're just meeting the lady or the man in a public place? What I did is I sat down and I tried to recollect in this past 10 years what were the incidents that really made me who I am today, and why is it that I refuse to meet strangers? Okay, so listen to them, and you tell me what would you do if you're in my place. Okay, now for those of you who have been following my channel, you know my style, you know my opinions about things. Yeah, you know how I am as a person. Okay, so based on my opinions, the opinions that I give online, these are the problems I had to face. I've had one guy who was a kind of a bodybuilder. This is European guy. He used to drive up and down my area almost every few days. I don't know, he just didn't like me. He just didn't like me for some goddamn reason. Big guy, huge guy. And that is one of the reasons I placed these cameras here. And it reached the point of a climax where whenever I was to go driving with my wifey, he used to actually follow us. We could see him, but I didn't take him that seriously until he started, like, when I'm driving, he's at the side and he's trying to, kind of kick us or hit us. And when he tried to do that and try to threaten, that is where we involved the police. And that very same day, when the police tried to contact him or try to get him, he took a ticket, flew off to Bangkok, and they had kept a kind of a wanted thing as soon as he would come back, which he did. And eventually, with the police, we sat down and we managed to sort it out because he was very clearly told, no, you cannot do this. He had some psychotic, I don't know what he wanted to prove or what he wanted to say. He had some mental issues of his own. That is one guy. The second one, which I've told you, is one of my ex-girlfriend over here on this island, whom I broke up. She managed to make this boyfriend of hers, who was like a 6 footer, 6 foot, massive shoulder to shoulder. I made a video on this. And he somehow, and imagine we have broken up for almost 2 years. I'm married now. I'm living a happy life. She's, I don't know what she's doing. This guy turns up in the coffee shop that I am. Huge guy. Huh? You're talking of like big muscled steroid guy. And there he threatened to kill me, beat me, and rip me apart. And the only reason he started to back out is because everyone took out their cameras. Especially Asian people, they take out their cameras. And because he didn't know that I was married, my wifey took, and I told him, this is my wife and she's taking a video camera and we are going to call the police right now. And he being, an expat, he knew that he would get banned from the country. And then he whispered, I had made this video. It was a very serious issue. He whispered in my ear, okay, I'm going to extend my hand and I will say that we are just faking it. This is just a drama. And you shake my hand and we don't have any problem, or you see what I'm going to do to you. And I did shake his hand because I was wondering, like, why is he screaming and shouting at me? Later on, we found out that my ex kind of brainwashed him to portray me as an evil guy. He reacted to it, and he was watching my videos and checking me online secretly. And anyway, the police got involved, and he very clearly came to know that keep away. He anyway got booted off this island because he had some issue with somebody else. So that was number 2. Number 3, there was this guy who I'll not give you a specific detail because this was even more serious. He was an alcoholic and he was also taking weed and all banned substances. And he wanted to initiate a meeting with me. He wanted to focus on his brand. And when I found out his profile of how he is, he was staying on this island for quite some time. I don't want to get involved with a person who does all illegal stuff. And there also had to call the cops. Imagine, he wants to be my friend. I'm no interest to deal with someone who's doing illegal stuff here. Then, by the way, here's the really big one. From India, there was this guy who, I think it has been 6 years now. This is not a joke, huh? 6 years. He has been stalking me from India for the past 6 years. Non-stop emails, non-stop threats, non-stop calls, messages. Non-stop means he doesn't call me like every hour or something. He will take a new phone. He will take a new SIM card. He will create a new email. He will send a new message. He's been doing this for 6 years until now. And how I know it is him is because I've studied his pattern and I know that. And it's unbelievable. It's like no matter how many times I've blocked him, how many numbers I've blocked him, he still wants to be in touch with me. And what is his problem with me? He doesn't like my profile online. He doesn't like my opinions. He doesn't like who I am. He just hates who I am. That's it. He hates me. He hates my life. And he believes that why should I have a good life? And even now, as I speak to you, over the 6 years, I'll still get some email of him. And because I finally managed to solve, I pay a little premium. I managed to, every time he creates a new email or a new number or whatever, it goes straight away, block and delete, so I don't have to see him. But imagine he has been doing this for 6 years, and even now, somehow he will figure out some way to create some new email, some new phone number. In fact, I got one missed call today, from another new number, and my gut feeling says it is him only. How I know it, trust me, because 6 years, if a guy keeps doing it every single day, you know it. So imagine. And the guy, he has finished, whether he has completed his college, whether he is married, settled down, whatever, he still is obsessed about destroying me. Okay, next one. There was this guy Indian guy who got so pissed off with me because I had posted about those days about India and the political parties when I just started my YouTube channel here in Thailand. He used to literally send messages to my wife, and thankfully she didn't put her number, but he found her Facebook, and every time she would create this Facebook, that is why my wife kept creating, kept deleting, and he would try to call her, threaten her, send her messages. Somehow he would not stop. And the only reason I know this is because I was handling all the social media of my wife. Just imagine, he would never stop. And his target was my wife, not me. He was targeting my wife. And he would write about me some manufactured stories. Just get that. And there was one Thai guy who managed to get my wife's number. I don't know how. And that is where my wife changed her number, and she never clicks on any link, and I've educated her on this. She didn't know of this. There have been 4 attempts where they have managed to successfully hack into her Facebook, and she had to give up that total account, close it down. So, yeah, that is one other chap. This one was a very serious one. He is from UAE, Arab guy. He stays in Sharjah, the same place where I used to stay. And he actually sent me real face. He was unafraid. He was a young man. He used to send me his nudes, his actual nudes, photograph, and very violent, very dirty. And some of his videos, he used to masturbate, and He even put videos on YouTube threatening me, which I reported. Uh, and he just didn't like me. He just didn't like me for reasons whatsoever. And he wanted to be my friend. And because I refused to be his friend, and because I didn't want anything got to do with him, he just wanted to destroy. And he did this for 2 years. Just imagine every single day sending you nudes, sending you this. I didn't know at that time that I could use Google's feature where he could get into serious trouble. But you learn better late than never. Okay. Number 7 is I had this guy, Indian chap with friends all over the world. They try to hack into my phone. They try to hack into my bank account. They try to hack into my uh, Facebook, Gmail, and YouTube. Okay. And it happened systematically. I think it was over a period of 2 weeks, because I was constantly getting messages that did you try to reset your password? Did you try to log in from this location? So that was another one. Next one, number 8, is I had uh, this guy, this group of people, but they didn't reveal who they are. They called the police, and I've made a video on this. They called the police. They raided my place. They It was told that I was torturing my wife and my kid, and they even had social security to take my child, take my baby away from me and my wife, because they had spread false information about me being a drug addict, being someone dangerous, satanic. And this is just half the list. I still have to complete. Just imagine. The next one, I'll go a little faster. I've had multiple females from India who try to claim rape. Seriously, rape and molestation because of my presence online. Some of them, like, they're chatting with you, suddenly they start flaunting their chest or their breasts or whatever, and they want you to react. They were telling me, "Show me, I want to see, come on." And I know for a fact what they're doing. I know for a fact that you can screen record. I know for a fact you can have multiple cameras, and I'm not going to fall for all that bullshit here. Come on. And yes, I did get 2 or 3 females who literally threatened that they would put false, fake charges of rape. Why? Because I refused to give in to their requests and demands. Why I stopped telling people when I would travel. When I went to India, I had this guy who actually chased me down. He found out which airport I was going. I didn't tell him the airport. I'd made this mistake on Facebook stating where I was headed. He somehow managed to come there, and thank goodness, because of my contacts and connections, they threatened him, and I told him in a very harsh manner, "We will forget the police, we will put you in your place." Young man, college kid. Okay. Um, I've told you, these Indians who follow my YouTube channel. I've had a van of a couple of people who, minivan, stopped here as if mine was a tourist destination to take photographs, spend time with my wife. One guy even told, "I want to kiss your daughter, spend time with your wife." I don't know who the fuck are you guys here. I mean, just think, they can be mentally have issues. They can have diseases. Maybe they have emotional problems. Maybe they have legal problems. Maybe they can be one guy, some of them can be pedophiles or sex tourists, or maybe they have evil intentions. What nonsense, yeah. Then I had a guy with his wife and kid turn up near my doorstep to ask for financial help. Managed to get the tourist police to tell them, and they were dropped off at the airport and asked to leave. I had a bunch of females, adventurous females of Indian origin, who came down here. They wanted to have a orgy of sorts. They were calling me to the hotel, and she was saying, "Me and my friends want to spend time with you." Actual, they real video call, and they were staying at this hotel which was nearby. I've had an old man, which I got in touch with one of the investigators, because he's an old man from Germany or some other place. He was a pedophile. He wanted to underage girls, and he was sending me messages, and that is why I reported it to the investigators. And uh, it was a very serious thing. He wanted to fly down, and he thought my channel was, or me, I was the best guy for him to help get this illegal thing. I had one of my videos where I spoke about India. An Indian guy in Bangkok. He called up my number. I don't pick up numbers I do not know. He was shouting and screaming and threatening to kill me. Seriously, from Bangkok. So the only reason I didn't report to the police is because after I think kept trying. I didn't pick up. My wife spoke to him in Thai, and she said, Who are you? What do you want? And give me your details." And that was another nonsense. Number 16 is, my WhatsApp group. Why do I verify who is joining? I had these bunch of, I think, 7, 8 guys who not only joined as a group, they took every member's details and they send them absolutely disgusting stuff. Absolutely disgusting stuff. This was way back when I just started groups, and they try to chase females. And the reason why they're troubling my members is because they didn't like me. Then the last two ones where I had kind of one or two guys, not no, no, more than two, I think 4 or 5 sexual addicts. Yeah, dirty stuff. They would talk dirty stuff. Oh, the white milk is coming out, and this and that, and uh, and actual profiles are not fake profiles. They would actually give their real profiles, and I had to get them blocked. And last, if not the least, is the number of emails that I get, people asking for money, sharing their problems, begging for jobs, wanting visas, telling me that they're going to suicide or self harm if I don't help them. Then, trying to hack into people that I know since they can't get me. So these are the dangers and risks that I constantly face. And I've given you almost 18 of them. So you tell me, if you are in my shoes, okay, if you are in my place, would you still entertain people randomly here and there? People tell me, Loy, why don't you meet them? Why don't you just go? Why don't you give me your number and your details and I'll tell them to meet you instead? Why don't you take the burden of risk of meeting you? Why are you lecturing me to meet up with these strangers? So I hope you understand the dangers and risks of being, a public personality or an online personality, or I wouldn't say celebrity of sorts, but just imagine, even with so little followers, this is the amount of headache I've received in the past 10 years. And now that my daughter is growing up, we have to be more careful. Lucky for me, I'm staying in a remote part of the forest, so it's not every day. Otherwise, the number of people, if I would stay in Bangkok, where you just have to fly down, where the ticket is cheap and affordable, I think I'd be in much more serious problems. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And you tell me, after hearing all this, would you feel comfortable meeting strangers who want to meet you just for free? All right. You take care. This is me signing off.